And believe it or not, 80 days until your taxes are due. While that might seem like a long way away, it really isn't. The earlier you file, the less time you have to get your stuff stolen. I mean, thieves, they get busy this time of year. We always hear about it. So we are here with David Quinlan from the BBB. First question out the gate, we want to know, how do thieves manage to do this? How do they take your tax returns? Well,
I mean, there's an assortment of ways, and I think it really boils down to people like you and me just taking responsibility and securing your data, your privacy, and staying safe online. And today is actually Data Privacy Day, and this is an international day that we celebrate globally, and we are celebrating just more of an education, just to remind people that, hey, stay safe online and take the right precautions when it comes to safeguarding your personal information.
Is there something, I mean, what documents are more important than others? Are there other certain things we should safeguard?
Yeah, I think all your tax documents, it's amazing. If those tax documents, like your W-2 form, gets into the wrong hand, it is basically a guidebook for identity thieves. So if they can get a hold of your social security number, they can get a hold of your credit card information, your bank account information, your name, your address. We see cases every year where people actually have their W-2s taken, and then falsified tax returns end up happening. So people think that they haven't filled their tax returns, but all of a sudden a bad guy did it, months earlier, and it causes a giant headache. So obviously during tax season, you have to watch out for that. And then there's an assortment of scams that we see online and over the phone that are very troubling. And these imposters, these scammers, they're very persuasive, they're very persistent, and they use a lot of different types of tactics, scare tactics, to get people to either pay up over the phone or disclose personal information.
Let's talk about online, because now it's so easy. There's all these different websites, and you go to put your information in. How can you know that you're on a secure site?
Sure. I think the first thing you do is you look at the website up top and make sure it says HTTPS, and S is for secure. So if you make any transaction online, make sure you're on a secure site. Whatever you do, don't go on public Wi-Fi. File your taxes at home, on your own Wi-Fi system. If you do it in a public setting, you really are rolling the dice. And make sure your malware and your antivirus software is up to date on your computers. That's if you're filing taxes on your own. If you're actually hiring someone else to do your taxes for you, that's where you have to start with trust. And you got to find tax preparers that are legitimate, that are licensed, that have a good record with the Better Business Bureau. We urge people to go to our website at bbb.org/Northwest, and you can find tax preparers in your area that are BBB accredited, that again stand by their service and products.
And talking about protecting your information, what about old tax returns that, they say to shred them? Is that still the thing to do?
You want to hold on to them for a few years, but keep them under lock and key. Make sure you secure them. But any other documents that you might have, mail that comes in, anything that may have your social security number, any financial information on there, that's a good idea to shred them. But what I do is I take all my tax returns and I put it in a Ziploc bag, and then I keep under lock and key. So I have, probably like the last 5 years worth, just because you want to refer back to it if you need to. But other than that, any other documents that you get in the mail, bank statements, credit card statements, any other financial information, shred it.
So 5 years, is that a good time frame?
Yeah, about 5. They say either 5 to 8 years. So usually 5, you'll be okay.
Any other precautions that you can think of that we haven't mentioned?
No, I mean, I think today's special because, again, going back to data privacy, whether you are a manager of an organization or you are trying to secure your family's personal information, take the right precautions, stay safe online, and really use common sense, and go to staysafeonline.org for a whole list of tips and information on what to do to survive tax season.
Right. Okay, before you go here, just want to ask one more question. Sure. If you do everything right, but you still get to the point where someone has stolen your information, what do you do after that fact? That's
a great question. I mean, you definitely want to put a fraud alert on your credit information, check your bank account statements, let your bank know, definitely let the authorities know, contact the IRS. Once it happens, it's really, really difficult to recover from. So that's why it's important, it's imperative that we take the right precautions beforehand, especially going into tax season, because you don't want to get in that jam.
Okay. David
right.
Quinlan, thank you so much for
thanks,
being
Alex.
with us
Good to see
from
you.
the Better Business Bureau. All right, if you have any questions while filing your taxes, be sure to call the IRS directly, or you can go to their website, irs.gov, 1-800-829-1040, or you can go to, again, the website, irs.gov. You can also check out the Better Business Bureau's website. They'll help you guide you through that process.